Welcome to Xbox Corner, my name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at what's leaving Game Pass at the end of February 2022. Now we just lost access to a decent selection of games, that is Control, The Medium, The Falconeer as a few examples, but thankfully this batch it's a little less heavy hitting, so hit subscribe, join us here on Xbox Corner for reviews, deals and Game Pass breakdowns weekly, and let's get started. As always then, we'll not only tell you the games and date it leaves today, but we like to focus on completion time as well. It gives you an idea if you can squeeze it in before it drops off of Game Pass. We have two times as well for that. That's main story, meaning a single run, and then completionist. That's going to be for those that want to sink in the time to gain all achievements. We will also let you know then platform, meaning console, cloud and PC, or a combo of all. 5 games today then, so let's get into it. First up then, Hypnospace Outlaw, and I can't say I've played this one, but I do know I intended to jump into it as it's rocking a respectable 84% over on Metacritic, and I always do enjoy the more unusual experiences. The runtime is reasonable though on this one, so I'll be jumping in, and it's a satire of the early days of the internet, so yeah, I think a 90s internet simulator. The idea though, monitor a variety of websites, spot wrongdoers, watch that email, find viruses and adware as well, and then work out what apps are useful and which are not going to be worth your time. It's supposed to pack a great sense of humour though as you take on the role of what is an enforcer. It gives you some freedom as well, do your job, earn cash, or simply go explore this weird world. Killer Queen Black then is fantastic. I played it over on the Switch. It's based upon the arcade release Killer Queen. The idea, it's an 8-player multiplayer strategic title where you can play locally or online, and modes wise you have access to quick play, ranked or private rooms. Harder than it looks, so completely addictive, and I can for sure see why it's gained such a large and dedicated following on the arcade scene. It's cross-platform though, this one. It has AI opponents to train against, which I strongly suggest, and there's actually different roles to take on. That's going to be the queen, worker or a soldier. The ways to win: kill the enemy queen 3 times, fill your team's hive with berries, or ride the snail to victory. It's definitely a little bit more like surreal in its design. No main story here, but it seems the rough estimate of achievements, it's around 40 to 50 hours, so it's definitely not a small one. Stealth Inc. 2 then is an older release now for sure. I believe it released back in like 2014, and it's one that's absolutely going to be worth your time. While it's now been a good while since I've played it myself, it's a puzzle platformer 2.5D in its visual design, and think here a focus on stealth, well, hence the name. The general goal though, escape a high-tech testing facility over 60 levels. It's actually a pretty challenging game, this one, I do remember that much, and it's got some fun little gadgets to kind of aid you in your escape dreams. These gadgets, they help you not only in exploration but also in solving the puzzles. Runtime, it's a puzzle game, which means it's kind of really how quickly do you get it, but it's actually quite a long one, and all achievements here, that's definitely going to be a big time investment. Our penultimate game of the video then, Touhou Lunar Nights, and I'm a fan of this one. There's not a huge amount of scores out there for this game, and I never covered it myself, just played it, but the user score on Metacritic, it sits at an impressive 9.5, and it's a Metroidvania action adventure. Now my understanding was this is actually a fan-made game developed by Team Ladybug, but everything from the visuals to the accuracy of the controls, it is spot on. Story-wise, Romelia, head vampire of the Scarlet Devil Mansion, sends her maid, Sakura, to a deadly world. Now the big focus is here, combat exploration and the ability to stop time. There's also going to be a wealth of new attack and traversal options as you do progress. It's a relatively short runtime, this one, for the story, and that same goes for all achievements. 10 hours, that is not bad at all. Our final game of the video then, not Game Pass but part of Ultimate, and that is Titanfall on EA Play. It's an older title honestly, and it makes sense even though there's no doubt still an active community out there. But yeah, the gameplay, a first person shooter that embraces the world of mechs. The other issue here though, for the few that may want to buy the game digitally and own it, they actually delisted it, so you'll need to go get physical, though no doubt you'll find that now super cheap. Respawn, the developers, they've promised to keep the servers for the community live. Also then on EA Play you'll still find the sequel Titanfall 2, and that is the Ultimate Edition. This game though, it is online only, there's no main story, and achievement wise a decent chunk of time. It's been a long time since I've played this first game, though I'm curious to how active the online community really is, so if you do play it still, let me know in the comments down below. And that is another video down then, wrapping up what's leaving Game Pass. We tend to have 2 of these a month, that's one at the beginning, one mid-month, and if you are curious to what's joining Game Pass, check out our weekly video where we give you that breakdown. We also have a fair few videos coming up for you all, as well as 2022. It really starts to get going over this next few weeks, so hit subscribe, join us here on Xbox Corner for reviews and deals weekly, and I'll close you out today then with another breakdown of everything leaving at the end of February.